Dallas Andrade here.
So,
He's a good friend of mine, former Insight student.
two-time.
And I'm just gonna kind of ask him about like his whole life, I guess, with like quarantine and everything going on with the whole global pandemic. So I guess like the first thing I want to ask is what really changed for you besides like the whole quarantine thing? If that makes
Yeah.
sense, like.
I get the question. So, I'd say it's definitely my focus on things in life shifted. I wasn't going to school for 8 hours, obviously, so I didn't have to sit around and dedicate a third of my day to doing schoolwork. Thankfully, I wish I was still in school. It's more about the people experience, but classroom-wise, much less work. But that doesn't mean I didn't do anything with the time. I definitely shifted my focus to learning new skills and applying other things in life that are useful.
So I know like you and Sean Collard both run Both Equal USA.
Yeah.
So like, has this been really helpful with everything kind of going on because you can work more on that and.
Yeah, I would definitely say if there's one thing I really got to jump on during this time is my own startup, because we got all the time in the world nowadays. So yeah.
So like how's your family, I guess, reacted to the whole quarantine and everything going on?
At first, my dad's company hired a bunch of they hired a Chinese lab to like evaluate how things are going in the U.S. and they described it as like much worse than what it actually turned out to be. They thought like everybody would be infected by the end of summer, so my parents were pretty paranoid in the first like 2 weeks. Then my dad started like understanding things more and getting his own point of view rather than somebody who told him what it is, and he just became a little looser and let us do other things. And my mom's still pretty paranoid, but my dad seems to have that handled.
So I guess like, what do you see as like the outcome of everything that's happening right now? Like, when do you think everything's gonna, I guess, be back to normal? Like, we've gone out to dinner, and we
Sure.
just see it like it's different.
I think it's gonna take a while for things to go back to normal. People are, especially the bigger corporations, they're gonna want to be as cautious as possible because they don't want to get sued or anything for being careless. I think workers are gonna be wearing masks for months from now, like maybe even a year or more. I think for us, things are gonna go back to normal in the next 3 months. Maybe not school. I get why public schools wouldn't go back. Thousands of people in the same building could be potentially dangerous, but maybe not in Wisconsin. But having school in Wisconsin and then not in like other bigger areas would just like be like demoralizing for the other areas. And then I think college for me next year, I think we'll be going to classes besides the gen ed classes, like English and stuff, because that's lecture halls, and those are obviously like 300, 400 people in a classroom. I don't think you'll have those. So.
And then so me and you are both really into sports. So what's your take on like the whole sports thing? Like, I know like the NBA possibly said they're targeting like July 22nd around there, but what are your thoughts on everything?
It's gonna be hard to watch with no fans. I hope the July 22nd date involves fans, even if it's a limited amount, but still like an empty arena, an empty ballpark, an empty stadium. It's not gonna be the same. The atmosphere is gonna change, and I think the players are gonna change too. You're gonna see some
Yeah.
people who don't care about the fans play better, people who care about the fans play worse.
So like, would you feel safe going to a sporting event?
100%,
Would
yeah.
it like depend on like how many people, or just go however many you go?
Somebody handed me free tickets right now, said Los Angeles Lakers, July 22nd, front row. Actually,
I'm there.
nosebleeds. I'm there.
I'm there too.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with you 100% there. So I guess, yeah, that was a good interview. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much for everything.